Looks like a beautiful day.
Certainly does.
Yeah, perfect day for a fun landing. Canada.
Fly a regular
Say,
aircraft here? Whereabouts?
not legally.
Starting to see our shadow on the ground now. Just over there.
Oh, yeah.
away.
Depends. If they have a baby, they get worried about anything. But we are a 12-story high breathing fire.
They are walking away, so they're not terribly keen. They're going. They're definitely walking away.
Maybe we have to land here. I'm gonna not get too close.
Yeah, I want to turn around.
Keep looking.
No, curious, so he's
Yeah, keep looking. And again. Keep looking. Run, 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 run. Balloon as fast as you could up the brain. You'll be worth nothing, you will. I know.
Ballooning dates back to the year 1783 with two brothers named the Montgolfier brothers. Their father owned a paper factory of some sort just outside of Paris, France. The boys would burn the waste paper and watch little bits of ash rise up in the smoke. So being as bored as they were, they decided to build some paper bags, hold them over the smoke, and watch them rise up. They soon realized the bigger the bag, the more weight it could carry. So they thought perhaps if they were to build one big enough, maybe one day man would be able to fly. One thing they were unsure of though, was whether or not man could survive off the earth, if he could breathe up in the sky. So they decided to do an experiment. They chose a sheep, a rooster, and a duck. Two birds, you may wonder why. This was their idea of a controlled experiment. Sheep would stay on the ground, the rooster could only fly low, but the duck could fly high. So they could try to gauge what altitude man would survive to. So they built a stick cage, shoved these animals on board, filled up a big paper bag full of smoke, attached it to the cage, and let them go. They flew for about 10 minutes. They made it almost to 1,000 feet. They came crashing down, but they all survived. So they thought this was great. Now they know they have a machine that could fly, and man could probably survive off the earth. So now all they needed was permission from the king, King Louis XVI. So they went to visit the king, showed him some of these experiments. He thought this was a grand idea. He decided to invite people from near and far into Paris, France, November 21st, 1783. Nearly 400,000 people attended, one of the largest gatherings in France up until that time. They built the balloon big enough for 2 men. In the middle, they burnt straw and manure because this made lots of smoke and that's what they thought would make it rise. The balloon was also equipped with 2 long sticks. Attached to the sticks were wet cotton so they could try to extinguish the balloon if it were to catch fire. So there they are, all ready to go. The king asked the brothers to step on board. Well, both brothers refused. They decided they really didn't want to fly in this thing. So the king thought no problem. All these people watching, he invited anyone to step forward and fly. Nobody stepped forward. So now the king has a big dilemma. Balloon ready to go, but no way to fly. He yells to his guard, "Off to the gallows, get me some prisoners. We'll have a flight today." Off the guard goes to get the prisoners. Well, he's gone. The queen, Marie Antoinette, she whispers something to the king. I imagine it was something like, "My king, this is a horrible idea. If these men fly and survive, they'll go down in the history books. They'll be world heroes. We'll look like fools for sending up condemned men. Of course, we'd have to set them free." So the king agreed. He sent them back to jail. I think they were probably pretty happy. They didn't have to fly in this thing. So finally the king decided he'd offer a grand prize if anyone would step forward and fly. It took about 10 minutes before one French nobleman stepped forward. His name was Pilatre de Rosier, hence the name pilot in aviation today. Along with him, he brought his good friend, probably kicking and screaming. His name was Copilatre. No, I'm joking. His name was Marquis de Lande. So they stepped on board the balloon, they cut the ropes, and off they flew. It was quite windy that day. They traveled a great distance into the French countryside. When they came crashing down, both men were ejected from the balloon. This caused the balloon to take flight again by itself. It traveled a short distance before coming down in a farmer's field where they were all out working. As it came crashing down, it was billowing smoke, dragging across the field, setting the crops on fire. The only thing these farmers had ever seen fly before was a bird. So they thought perhaps this was some sort of demon sent to destroy their crops. They band together with pitchfork size and whatever else they had and went out and attacked the balloon. As they were attacking the balloon, the pilot and co-pilot were running across the fields trying to catch up. I guess from a distance away it looked like they were rising from the ground, emerging from smoke, soot covered. So they thought these two guys were coming to save this beast. They turned on them, tried to attack and kill them. They narrowly escaped with their lives. They ran away. They made it back to Paris, went to see the king, told the king the balloon flight was fabulous, but we don't think we should do it anymore. Every time we land, the locals are going to try and kill us. So the king had an idea. At that point in time, the only place you could get champagne was directly from the king himself. He decided to give each pilot a bottle to fly with. Upon landing, he was to hold it up, show it to the landowners, show them the label to prove that the king had sanctioned such a flight. They were really French noblemen and not evil demons there to destroy the crops. So we carry the tradition on today. Unfortunately, the only landowners I saw were the elephant. They don't drink any champagne, so we're going to drink it all. Is there anybody here from France? Then this is not real champagne.
Sparkling water.